And Ryan?
Yeah, of course. Thanks for joining us. We'll start out with an opening statement as always, and we'll turn it to Larry and Les for questions.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, lead story of the day was, just having Lucas Costello back in there. Just so proud of that young man for the work he's put in to get to this point. And, he's 4 weeks ahead of schedule on his rehab and he's done everything from VR goggles to lifting weights to dry swings to anything he could do, to be ready for this moment. So just happy for him and thrilled. Obviously great to have Nick Kurtz back. I mean, he just went out there, took 2 weeks off and went out there and just had great at bat after great at bat. I mean, defensively made a good running catch over his head, picked the ball, caught a line drive, just little things like that. It was such a big difference when he's in the lineup. So really happy to have those guys back. Really happy to have Cam back throwing the ball well. Our bullpen was phenomenal today, obviously. Wade, 2 shutout innings, Gabe, 2 shutout innings, and Cam Anasi a shutout ninth. I mean, when you get 5 scoreless out of your bullpen, you're going to have a good chance to win most days. So, Seth, was struggled a little bit early, but, got us a big 0 in the fourth. In a tight game, came out there and got us, 3 more outs in a big situation and allowed us to kind of shorten our bullpen a little bit, which was huge. So offensively all day today, I thought we just did a really good job grinding at bats, getting deep in counts, putting a ton of pitches on their starter, putting a ton of pitches on their best reliever, Flaherty, who's really good. And to score 10 runs against that pitching staff, is pretty impressive. So, really pleased with our energy and our offensive approach tonight. So good team win. Proud of the guys.
Tom, from a macro perspective, is getting the season sweep over a Liberty team that's like in the mid-30s RPI, is this the type of thing that's kind of really needed as you try to state your case for a quality NCAA tournament seed?
For sure. They're going to look at quality wins. They're going to look at top 50 wins, or 2 of the big metrics. So, this is a big win for us tonight and gives us some momentum headed into a huge Louisville weekend. So, we've put ourselves in position where every game matters, and that's a really good thing.
Tom, you mentioned the lead story being Lucas being back. Am I just imagining things, or did he do more today than what you told us he'd be able to do the rest of the season? Am I remembering things incorrectly?
No, you're right. I mean, his grip strength, Jeff Strong's been monitoring his grip strength really closely. On his left hand, he's been like 145, and on his right hand until really just today, he was down into the double digits and barely over 100. So, Jeff felt like till he got his grip strength back over 125, that he wouldn't be ready. And, and today, kind of woke up and had the grip strength he needed. And again, give credit to Lucas for making that happen.
I was thinking you had told us he might not be able to swing the bat the rest of the season, but I was doubting my memory after seeing him come to play.
No, you're 100% right. That's absolutely what I said, and that's up till about 3 or 4 days ago. That's what we felt like would happen. But he went to see Dr. Tui. Dr. Tui felt good about it, and Lucas, felt strong and passed all the measurables that he could, and he's ready to roll.
It's a pretty good time to be getting Costello and Kurtz back, is it not?
Well, without question, headed into the home stretch, we've got to play our best baseball here the next 3 weekends, and obviously got 2 big midweek games left in High Point and App State. But playing good on the weekends just gives us more depth, more options, more matchup situations, more pinch runners, more defense. Those 2 guys are 2 of our, along with Brock, probably our 3 best defenders are, Kurtz, Brock, and Lucas. And then with Turk and Tinney right behind those guys. So, big shot in the arm defensively.
I know Wake Forest, they truly are student athletes, and that student part is important. But a big series coming up this weekend. Do you know kind of when the bulk of your guys get kind of wrapped up with finals, so that they kind of can get into that pure baseball mindset for the stretch run?
Yeah, we've got a couple guys that have Thursday, Friday, and even Saturday finals, but it's a low percentage. I think, most of our team, is pretty well done here in the next 24 to 48 hours. But we do have a couple stragglers that have things, Friday and Saturday. So we got to work around that a little bit, but they're kind of in the home stretch now, and they'll start to get their bodies refreshed and be ready for a big push.
You're up, Larry.
Tom, what's the situation with Pierce?
I think he's good. I mean, we feel good. We feel good that he'll be back on Friday. Chipped a tooth, but no concussion. He'll get reevaluated tomorrow to be certain. But Jeff didn't think there was a concussion, and Dr. Waterman saw him. So we feel good that we'll have him on Friday.
That was scary and kind of an odd play all at the same time.
Yeah, it really was. It's one of those things. I haven't looked at the replay yet. I mean, obviously, probably the right call that he was in fair territory, but at the same time, I got to see where he was in relation to that third baseman, because if that ball's past the third baseman, that third baseman was way in. If
Yeah.
that ball's past the third baseman, you don't have to call him out in that situation. You can make a different ruling there. So, I've got to take a look at that. I'm certainly glad that one didn't come back to haunt us. I don't know if that ball would have stayed fair and been down the line, but obviously it could have been a game changer.
Yeah, it looked to me like he had 1 foot fair and the other one was on the line, but it just scared the heck out of you. Defensively, you put Hawk in the outfield and right field, and that foul ball down the line, that speed's a whole different dimension with Costello. I mean, that takes a lot of gaps away.
No, for sure. And again, Tommy's new to right field, but we're going to have to look at him. Adam is a much better left fielder than he is right fielder. So something that we're certainly going to have to look at here over the next few days in practice and see what we can do.
And then the 12 walks, that's a pretty impressive performance against a good bullpen that's used to throwing strikes generally.
No, for sure. And again, we fouled a bunch of pitches off. We got deep into counts. John had a tight zone tonight, both ways. I mean, and same. So, again, the difference in the game was the walks. We only walked 4 and they walked 12. So, or 10, I guess, looks like. And then we had a couple of hit batters too. But, again, one of those things where, Seth didn't have his best stuff tonight, but he battled and competed. He added a cutter, which I think will eventually be a good pitch for him. But unfortunately, kind of breaking ball disappeared. Seth's been just a little inconsistent. When he's got his breaking ball going, he's been really good, and when he doesn't, he's been kind of on roller skates.
And Golub has been very, very valuable. You can't replace those innings that he's come in. He did a great job again tonight.
No, he and Crawford Wade have really been the story for us. I mean, you're looking at, and Manassi too. I mean, you're looking at 3 guys that have ERAs, and heavy usage, but ERAs south of 2.5 for, your 3 main bullpen pieces. I mean, told me that going into the year. I mean, to sign me up for that all day.
Great win. Congrats.
Thank you. Sure was.
You good, Les?
Yes, sir. Thanks, Tom. Congrats on the win.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Coach.
guys.
Thanks, guys.